Trump murders children. The walk signal is on. Fuck Trump. The walk signal is on. Trump murders children. The walk signal is on. Fuck Trump. The walk signal is on. Trump murders children. The walk signal is...
Holy shit, that's awesome!
The residents who participated in our snowplow naming contest, keep speaking up in every way and any way that you can. I look forward to meeting with the Chicagoans who submitted the winning names, and I look forward to seeing our city's pride, our spirit, and even, yes, our humor represent us again next year. And so with that, take a moment to, I guess, take in all that you all have been waiting for. This moment is finally here. The snowplow with the most votes, most entries, abolish ICE. Thank you very much.
You were saying that demons run the world right now.
Yeah.
And what is your solution to demons running the world right now?
Everybody needs to get closer to God. Go to church, study the Bible, pray.
Who do you think Kamala Harris is working for right now?
I think she's, working for the deep state, but she may be working for somebody more powerful than that, Satan himself. The demon god, Kamala.
You think Kamala Harris is working for Satan?
She could be,
Really?
Yeah.
So you would describe yourself as a Christian, is that right?
Absolutely.
You live by the Bible?
I'll try my best.
And do you think all Americans should be living biblically?
I believe so, yes. I believe the entire world, not just Americans.
So you think the world should be a Christian world?
Absolutely.
What do you think about freedom of religion?
I believe in freedom of religion. You can be Baptist, you can be Lutheran, you can be Catholic, you can do whatever. That's freedom of religion.
So in your version of freedom of religion, it's just Christianity.
Liberals are satanic, and they bathe in the blood of the infants that they slaughter to pay homage to Moloch, their demon god.
Are you being serious right now?
Yes, I am.
How would you rank it, like as far as like most important things? God number one, and then Trump?
Of course. Of course. He's just he's just a tool like the rest of us.
Why do we protest? Reason number one, nonviolent protest works. We know from history and we know from recent experience that nonviolent protest makes authoritarian regime change less likely. It makes it more likely that we'll have a future of open, free politics. Reason number two, it changes the atmosphere. If we all stay at home and we all think our own thoughts, we don't set an example. When we go outside, when we join together, we help show the country, we help show the world, we help show everybody else that this is not normal, that we are on the wrong path. And by putting ourselves out there, we show what the right path can look like. We change the atmosphere. Reason number three, it gets us organized. In order to win, we've got to be with other people. We've got to be with people who are better organizers than we are, who are more courageous than we are, who are out there doing the work. When you go out next Saturday to No Kings, make sure you meet new people. Make sure you make new plans. Make sure you help us stick together. We can get through this together. Reason number four, protests win elections. We're in a situation where we've got a very important election in front of us. The future of the Republic depends on it. The opposition has to win. But the opposition isn't just a party. The opposition is a coalition. And when you take part in protests, you build that big coalition. You build that force and that energy which can actually lead us to victory in special times. Protest wins elections. Reason number five, protest brings joy. Protest makes us happy. If you're feeling alone, if you're feeling isolated, protest is just the thing. Because when you protest, you're with other people and you feel like you're making a difference, and you feel that way because you are making a difference. Hopelessness turns into hope. Join us, No Kings, March 28th.
Is using its military to secure our interests unapologetically in our hemisphere. We're a superpower, and under President Trump, we are going to conduct ourselves as a superpower. It is absurd that we would allow a nation in our own backyard to become the supplier of resources to our adversaries, but not to us, to hoard weapons from our adversaries, to be able to be positioned as an asset against the United States rather than on behalf of the United States.
Sovereign countries shouldn't be able to do what they want to do.
The Monroe Doctrine and the Trump Doctrine is all about securing the national interests of America. For years, we sent our soldiers to die in deserts in the Middle East to try to build them parliaments, to try to build them democracies, to try to give them more oil, to try to give them more resources. The future of the free world, Jake, depends on America being able to assert ourselves and our interests without apology. This whole period that happened after World War II, where the West began apologizing and groveling and begging
I don't even
and engaging
know,
these
honestly,
vast
what you're talking
reparations
about right
schemes.
now.
What I'm talking about, Jake, is the idea. And by the way, you do. I know you love doing that smarmy thing, Jake, and I was hoping to be better than that this time.
He says this: Iran right now, if we declared victory, they'd say they own the strait. You'd see attacks for every ship that goes through. We're in a tough spot, ladies and gentlemen. I can't identify a lot of options. I know we've talked here, and I think one of the responses to what you just laid out is that the Iranians have funded bad actors across the region for many decades. Many presidents in both parties have talked about how bad this regime is. But Scott, the challenge is, okay, we've done this. We seem to have underestimated their capabilities with drones, their willingness to dig in, the ways that they've attacked their allies. And now Jim Mattis is saying he can't see a good way out. Can you?
Yeah, I mean, the way out, of course, is for an international coalition to secure the strait. And just in the news today is that the British Royal Navy is on its way. They've decided to engage. I think that's the clear future here, is after you decimate their military, take away their ability to make nuclear weapons, take away their ability to have a ballistic missile program, and defeat their willingness to be an exporter of terror, you have an international coalition that, A, monitors these people, and B, secures the strait. And obviously, virtually every country in the world has an interest in the strait being open and secure, and that they don't have a navy or any capability at all to harass these ships going through. So I think that would be the hope. And I think what the president said is true. We have decimated their military capabilities. We've destroyed nearly all of their navy.
Won.
We've destroyed nearly all of their navy. So
yes or no? Do you agree with Trump that this war is won?
I agree that we have devastated their
do you agree
military.
that we've won? He said we've won. Yes or no? It's not a hard question.
Well, I mean, if you consider a condition of winning destroying their military capabilities, their missile capabilities.
We haven't. Wait, if that's true, why can't the Strait of Hormuz be opened if their military is destroyed?
Nice try, Adam.
What do you mean, nice try? Scott Jennings wrote an article titled
and
Trump causes
Tom Homan just no. Look, I've been being polite to you all day, and I'm done with it. So look, the
All right, wow, that had to have been my most heated CNN debate yet, and I urge you guys to watch until the end, because while I'm debating Scott Jennings, there's a moment when the former Attorney General of Virginia, a Republican named Ken Cuccinelli, snaps on me. I still don't even know why he was so mad. I'm trying to figure it out. But I looked him up and it says he's a huge opponent of homosexuality and he wants prohibitions on same-sex marriage. So yeah, honestly, F this guy.
We've won this. This war has been won. But they have no Navy and they have no Air Force and they have no nothing. Oh, I think we've won. But from a military standpoint, they're finished. We've won. Let me say, we've won. You know, you never like to say too early you won. We won. We won the bet. In the first hour, it was over.
In the first hour, it was over, he said. And yet, bombs continue to fall. Troops continue to head to the region. What does this even mean anymore, Ken Cuccinelli?
Well, it's really all going to be judged at the end, looking backwards. And,
are we not already at the end? The president keeps saying we're at the end.
No, we're not at the end. I mean,
so you disagree
my
with Trump?
understanding of what he's saying is that they've devastated the military, and that's accurate. It's hard to imagine it isn't. But that doesn't mean it's over. I mean, this is a regime that suffering is a tactic, even for its own people. I will say what's different this time is that their leadership's been successfully targeted. And so they're not just contemplating other people's suffering. They're contemplating their own suffering for the first time. And we can't see from over here what that does to the calculation on that side. Nonetheless, they're human beings like everybody else. And that's going to affect federal statute that forbids federal law enforcement from being armed near polling places. And law enforcement doesn't go anywhere unarmed. So he's pulling your chain and you're letting him. That's just
That's been the law since the Reconstruction era.
There's also a peaceful transfer of power.
The law now?
There's also a peaceful
Yes, we
transfer
are.
of power in the law, and guess who broke the peaceful transfer of power for the first time in American history?
Nice try, Adam.
What do you mean, nice try? Scott Jennings wrote an article titled
and
"Trump Causes
Tom
Insurrection
Homan
in Every
just no. Look,
Republican
I've been being polite to you all day, and I'm done with it. So look, this same kind of attack on sensitive spaces was made. Tom Homan answered it quite well earlier this week, going into schools, hospitals, etc. And he called the bluff. Name one time that's ever happened. When someone, in a hot pursuit, you could end up in there, but enforcement actions are not taking place in those places.
Wait a minute.
They're not going to take place
ICE
at
has skirted 200 court orders just in the state of Minnesota since this year begun. Just because I point out that Trump has already tried to overturn an election doesn't mean that you can go on some random tangent. I mean, we have people at this table who called Trump out for causing January 6th and wrote articles about it. So
the problem
Congratulations.
Back to ICE being at the airports. The problem with ICE being at the airports to supplement TSA, they're just not trained to do what TSA does. They're certainly there. They have a larger presence. I'm not sure how that is really helping with the problems with the line.
The president has done so much for the American people, and we want to honor him in some small way, some token of our appreciation for his leadership. And so tonight, we have created a new award. We're going to do something we've never done before. We're going to honor him with a new award that we'll present annually from this point forward. But he is the suitable and fitting recipient of the first ever America First Award. We can think of no better title for what that is.
I mean, I get it. I can already hear the comment section. That's a participation trophy. Oh, here we go, just kissing his ass. You got something on your nose. Like, I get it. I get that this is amazing material for SNL. I get it. This doesn't even seem like real life. I get it. It seems like a simulation of sorts. All that's true. But I think the thing that not enough people are talking about is how truly bizarre and terrifying this is. That is the Speaker of the House, one of the two chambers of Congress, presenting the president with an award that they made up and named after his campaign slogan and are presenting to him, and they do his bidding. They do whatever he says without question. They even talk about how they call him to find out how he wants them to vote. Trump himself has joked about being the Speaker of the House, but it's not much of a joke. He is the Speaker of the House. He runs the Senate too because Congress has seated them.
Donald Trump, you have let the entire American public down because you are a Bubba blowing, Katie Johnson raping, E. Jean Carroll raping, genital grabbing, porn star wife cheating, teenage dressing room peeping, Ghislaine Maxwell helping, Obamacare ending, ICE Gestapo wielding, Venezuelan warmongering, SNAP benefits denying, George Santos pardoning, pathological lying, disability mocking, childish name calling, immigrant hating, bone spurs draft dodging, East Wing destroying, Putin boot licking, pro-fascist, Fox News lackey hiring, city army invading, crypto billionaire pardoning, Biden blaming, pardon selling, climate change denying, election denying, January 6th inciting, justice undermining, school lunch hating, classified documents stealing, crypto coins scamming, conspiracy theory spreading, grocery prices raising, farmer bankrupting, inflation raising, criminal friends pardoning, healthcare concept of a plan, corrupt, convicted felon. You are an international disgrace that should never have been allowed to be our leader.
It's time for the Trucker John Livestream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The Trucker John Livestream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John Livestream. It's gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well, yeah, it's the Trucker John Livestream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John Livestream is the best thing you've ever seen.
Morning. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you. Let's see here. Are we on? Testing, testing. There it is. All right. Good morning, everybody. Let me turn this down over here. Good to see you. Let's see here. Are we on? All right. Testing, testing. There it is. All right. All right, guys. So it is 11:25 a.m. in the Pacific time zone, and it's about 83 degrees currently Fahrenheit in beautiful Las Vegas on the outer rim out here on Boulder Highway, the outer rim of Las Vegas. 83, our expected high today is supposed to be 95. We're going to be in the 90s all through the weekend, mid upper 90s. But looking at the 10-day forecast, I think next Wednesday or Thursday, we will be down to much more normal temperatures with the daytime highs only getting into the mid 70s, which will be lovely. I can't wait for that. I really hate this 95 and 97 and 98 degree temperatures in March. I hate it. I hate it almost as much as I hate Trump. Anyhow, I am still finishing my breakfast sandwich. You see, I'm taking one bite out of it. This is the old Jimmy Dean sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, I think. It's so squished down. I think maybe it's supposed to be a croissant. I don't know. I guess it's a croissant. Anyhow, it is what it is. I started at 11 today instead of at 9 because I was up late last night. Didn't get back from, the cab driving till pretty late. I was really tired. So I thought I would start a little bit later today. So it is what it is. Anyhow, thanks for being here. I see Paul Burrows is here. Mr. Spock. Hey, Mr. Spock. Live long and prosper. Brooklyn SJU is here. Hey, Brooklyn. Josh Sees is here. Always good to see Josh Sees. Josh Sees says, why am I here? I don't know. DPD 5854 is here. Hey, DPD. Jolie's here. Hello, Jolie. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Paul Burrows says it's 23 degrees in St. Maries, Idaho. And even that seems cold for this time of year in Idaho. But I know Idaho is some of the coldest places I've ever been in my truck driving days. Just absolutely brutally cold in the wintertime. And when I first started driving, some of my first trips were up through Idaho. And man, you know, sleeping in the truck, trying to stay warm. I just got this. I just started driving with Swift, and they gave me this brand new Volvo truck, and they're always trying to figure out ways of saving money, and fuel costs is one of probably their biggest costs. So they gave me this Volvo that had this weird thing where you couldn't just idle the truck like continuously. It kind of had like a thermostat thing where it would go on and off and on and off, like, you know, they're trying to save fuel from the idling fuel or whatever. And this was before I didn't have like a separate unit. You know, this is a company truck. I'm a brand new driver, so this is what they gave me. It was a nice truck, brand new truck. But so I'm up in is it Lewiston, Idaho, right across the state line, right from Washington, I guess. And it's in the middle of winter. It's like 13 degrees outside, you know, at night. And I'm parked in this lot, and I just remember that stupid Volvo. You know, like you set the heater on, and it would idle, and then it would shut off, and then after a while, you know, like the temperature drops, so then it would start back up again, so then the heater could kick back on. And every time it would do that, it would do it just continuously. I mean, like every couple hours or every hour or something. And every time it did that, it would wake me up because the starting up the truck, it was like a big shaking. Those Volvos, you know, they call Freightliners freight shakers. I think the Volvos are even worse. So I got really shitty sleep whenever I had to idle or needed a heater for the night, because the way it would turn on and off, and it was just ridiculous. But I remember one time I was in freaking Beaver, Utah. That's another fucking place that gets really fucking cold. I mean, even colder than the rest of the state. There's something about Beaver that I think it's just the way it's located. They get more. I think they get more snow there. They get colder temperatures. I remember I was in Beaver, Utah. I think the overnights. I think it was in single digits, the temperature. And this was a few years later, and I was in a Freightliner. But again, it was a company truck. But again, they had this thing about where you couldn't idle continuously. And I don't know, there was something messed up about it. I just remember I was freezing my fucking ass off. I put on my long johns, plus like sweats, you know, sweatshirt, sweatpants, long johns. I had a sleeping bag, you know, I think maybe 2 or 3 blankets, everything I could, and I was still freezing. Because the heater it wouldn't stay on. I couldn't get it to stay on more than like 5 minutes. It wouldn't allow me to idle more than 5 minutes. And there was a way of overriding it. I think I finally figured out how to override it, but because it was a new thing they were trying, trying to get drivers to not idle so much, And I just couldn't heat that truck up. It was like 8 degrees outside. So I think there was a motel across the street from the truck stop. I think I finally just said, fuck it. Put a little bag together. I walked across the street and just got a fucking hotel room for the night. It was so fucking cold. Stephanie B2 is here. Hello, Steph. Good to see you. David Weiss is here. David Weiss from Denver, I believe. I am still suffering some kind of head cold or something. I feel like I have a sore throat in my ear. There's something going on with the ear. So I'm not feeling so great. Stephanie B says I have a nice big sign for the No Kings. Nice. Yeah, David says that walk signal happened in Denver. True story. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the graphic didn't show up in there, but yeah, it did say Denver. Brooklyn says, shut up, Steven. I don't know if you guys remember that. I think I played that clip before. That clip of Stephen Miller just being the awful Stephen Miller was from, I think, a few months ago or a couple months ago. I think that was when we were talking about all the Venezuela stuff. Isn't it funny how just so much shit just continuously happens with this administration? That the Venezuela stuff seems like, I don't know, like so far in the rearview mirror now, So I thought we made a little reminder where all this shit kind of started. Like Venezuela was kind of a testing ground for Trump, I think, to go into Iran. IB YouTubing's here. Hey, good to see you. Thanks for being here. IB YouTubing says Trump breaks things, tears up existing deals, and then puts them back together and get the credit. He did this first term. Yeah, and when that was it, Scott Jennings was on that clip, and he was talking about how they need to have an agreement to not do this. And when I was listening to it, I was like, yeah, they had an agreement. Obama had the agreement. They had a very good agreement in place. So to your point, IB YouTubing, Trump took that apart. And now they're saying they need another one, Brooklyn, that looks like TJ. I don't know. And that last, I guess it kind of did, huh? It's funny when I see an old man, some old man, I don't even think it looks like me, but then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I guess it does look like me. I keep forgetting that I'm not, 28 anymore. Brooklyn, I hope TJ cursed a lot during the show. You mean during the one we're doing right now? We're not even there yet. It's not even over yet. DPD says, well, Moses, Mike, Grinder, Johnson didn't lie technically because the orange pedophile has done a lot for America if you consider murdering, stealing, and causing harm and destruction to America and the world. Yeah. I don't think he needs an award for that, though. He needs prison for that. That's what I think. Battleships, for instance. Yeah. Mr. Fuck, what are you eating? Did that look like trail mix? Oh, man. Yeah, I've got some kind of cold, and I don't feel so hot. I'm not feeling so hot today, guys. Mr. Spock, try Winnipeg in the winter. No, thank you. Josh says, why wouldn't they just build an auxiliary diesel heater? Those came later. Actually, I did have that around 2012. There was a progression of the shit, Paul Burrows, you mean that Swift? What Swift means? Sure wish I finished training. Yeah, I know. Everyone hates Swift. Aaron West is here. Be right back. Groceries just got delivered. Awesome. I love it when the groceries come. DPD says, TJ, did the trucking company you work for, did they ever pay you for lodging or reimburse you? Not for that. Not if I just decided to get a room, but I think there was a couple. I think there was a couple times where there was breakdowns where the truck broke down, and it was like no fault of my own, and it had to be in the shop for a couple days. They put me up in a hotel for that a couple times. Mr. Spock, just have a battery pack with an electric blanket, toasty warm, charge it from the truck while driving at warmer night. Yeah, that's all stuff. I'm talking about, this is when I first started driving. You learn that shit as you go. I had an electric blanket. I had auxiliary batteries. I had an inverter. I had all that shit. Paul Burrows, my house in Lewiston, Idaho is 1 block from the Swift terminal. Wow. Wow. Then we were real close at one time. Big Hook's here. Thanks for coming on in. I appreciate you. Appreciate you stopping by. Oh, man. I don't feel good. So a couple people asking about Sandy. Yeah, we banned her. We finally got rid of her. But we had enough of that. I think I was more than patient with her, and so we finally pulled the plug on that one. Aaron West is back. Brooklyn, not Brooklyn, but Big Hook says 25th will never happen because his cabinet, along with 2/3 of the Senate and Congress, have to sign off on it. Yeah, it's a pretty tall order. You know, it's a pretty tall order to ask these motherfuckers to do anything. That's good for the American people. These Republicans are all just total sycophants and of Trump. So yeah. We're just going to have to be stuck with him until he kills over. Oh, DPD says, I think I did see a little blurb on this. DPD says, did anyone see Delta Airlines has suspended special services for congressional members? They feel no perks are warranted due to the shutdown, which is a good thing. However, they did donate to the Nazis. Yeah, there's that. But I did see where they're not giving them any special boarding treatment or anything like that, which I say good. Make them go through the same line everybody else has to go through, so they can see how shitty it is. Petrazi 1920 is here. Petrazi says, my friend used to drive a truck and it was fun going road trips with him. David Weiss says, Beaver Liquors in Avon, Colorado, near Beaver Creek ski area, as well as Master Bait and Tackle near the Heaney, Colorado reservoir. Yeah, that's pretty funny. DVD, oh damn, did the Nazis contact you, TJ? I don't know what that means. Oh, you mean from Sandy? No, not yet. Not yet. No, not yet. Brogan says, Josh, be careful Sandy isn't lurking outside your house. Big Hook says Delta needs to be banned for allowing ICE and CBP. I always get those mixed up, those letters. CBP to kidnap and imprison children via their planes. Yeah. Petrazi 1920 says, here around me we have a big bone lick and beaver lick. Well, you got to do what you got to do. Those sound like fun places. I don't know. Penny, hey, Penny Two Greats here. Hello, TJ and Chocolate. Hello, Penny. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping on in. All right, so what's going on in the world? Anything going on? I saw it's here in Las Vegas, gas is over $5 a gallon. It's $5.19 a gallon. It's gone up about $2 in just 3 weeks or so, right? About 3 weeks or 4 weeks. It's gone up $2. It's at $5.19. I saw. Fortunately, I don't have to buy gas right now. I don't have a car, but and the cab company, they have their own gas right there on site. But I saw driving around, and I see the signs, and it was $5.19. It was I think it was $6.29 for diesel. If you're driving a diesel rig, and I don't even know, and that's just on these regular gas stations. I don't even know. I haven't driven by a truck stop. I don't know what the diesel is out of the truck stops. I guess it's probably that. So that's when when it gets to be that price, that's when you start filling up for $1,000 and $1,200 and shit. Now, granted, you can write that off if you're an owner, or even a lease driver. But still, it's a lot of out-of-pocket expenses, Yeah, good old Trump. I mean, that's the gas prices are the thing that everybody sees. That's why presidents get blamed or praised when gas prices go up or down. And gas prices went up under Biden during COVID when we had shutdowns and lockdowns and we had supply chain issues and all that kind of stuff. They sure did want to blame Biden, so we need to make sure that Trump gets all the blame for this, and justifiably so. Gas prices were like I said, here in Vegas, $2 cheaper, about $2 cheaper than they are now, and this all is a result of his invading in Iran. Big Hook says Rachel Maddow did a reveal of how they kidnapped Liam Ramos, and his father. Two men and women wearing plain clothes forced them into the plane to get them to the Dilley facility in Texas. Wow. MJ Daniel from up in Washington State there says even Costco is around $5. So is this making America great yet? And then Trump says some stupid shit like didn't he say like $5 a gallon is good or something like that? I don't know. Or maybe he said, did he say $500 a barrel is good? I mean the stupid shit that comes out of that fucking pie hole. IB YouTubing says in Texas, Sam's Club is $3.23 and $3.63 in El Paso. What was it before? What was it a few weeks ago? Have they gone up? Josh C says MG, I'm seeing high 3, almost 4. Mr. Spock says buy a used Tesla, TJ. Should be able to, I guess, get one cheap. Just put a fake car manufacturer over the Tesla crap, then make it look like a Johnny Cab from Total Recall. Have you guys seen the videos of that? I mean, this was a while ago. This is back, probably even before the election. But when Elon Musk was doing Nazi, signals and stuff, and then people were so turned on Trump on Musk, and people were taking their hostility out on Tesla cars, which I don't agree with. But people, the Tesla owners were taking off the Tesla emblems and putting on like Audi badges and emblems and or other brands, just to try to I guess apparently that's the only way some people can identify a car. I wouldn't mind getting a used Tesla. I just hate, even if I got a used one, because I really don't want to have anything to do with Tesla as long as Elon Musk is the CEO. So if I bought a used one, that might be different because it's used and it's like you're not giving money directly to Tesla. Although you probably still are, because I would probably still use their charging network since I live in an apartment. I would have to charge at Tesla charging centers. That gives Tesla money. I might have to have some services through Tesla, to operate the vehicle or to get it maintained. I don't know. So there's still that. And then plus, people just see you driving a Tesla and then they don't know if you bought it used or not. But anyhow, so if I got a used EV, it would probably be, a Volt or something like that, or some other, brand. I think I'm just going to stay away from Teslas until, if or until if they ever get rid of Musk. I don't know if they ever will. That's a big deal, I guess, to do like a hostile takeover, and they would have to have majority of the board or whatever to oust him and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. MJ Daniel says, yet when Bush was president, O'Reilly tried to say the president had nothing to do with gas prices. Yeah, whenever it's a Republican, there's always those double standards. There's always double standards for the Republicans from the right-wing media, And that's really the frustrating thing, because so many people, they just watch that right-wing media, and get everything from Fox News or Newsmax or whatever. Even though Newsmax is not doing a very good job. Did you hear me? You're not doing a good job. God, I hate Trump. Trump did that. Yeah, get those stickers out. When you're at the gas pumps, Trump did that. Put that right there on the gas pump. I probably still have somewhere in my little keepsake boxes. I had the Joe Biden ones. I peeled off 2 or 3 of those that I came across that people put on at the truck stops. They were putting on the Joe Biden pointing at the gas price, saying, "I did that." I have a couple of those around somewhere probably. So yeah, I'll get those ones out now for Trump. Who got a Saturn? Did I skip something about a Saturn? I don't know. Somebody said something about a Saturn. Oh, David Weiss filled up my Saturn at Costco. $2.59 a gallon yesterday. Wow, that's amazing. It's $5.19 here in Vegas. And granted, my ear was hurting when I was swallowing the coffee. Prices tend to be a little higher here than other places, but that's a big difference, Jolie says gas is $4.19 here. I've never seen it that high here. Wow. Big Hook says, unless Canada and the U.S. nationalize their oil and gas production, we are at the mercy of OPEC, unfortunately. I say we just need to get off of fossil fuels altogether. That's what I say. Fuck OPEC. The way we can really fuck OPEC is by getting off of fossil fuels. Brooklyn, can you make a Tesla look like a Prius? No, I don't think so. You could put Prius, lettering or badges on it, maybe, but it's still going to look, to me, it's going to still look like a Tesla. So I don't know. MJ Daniel, somebody I think I know traded over $1 billion on the oil market just hours before the attack. This entire thing is a huge swindle. Yeah. There was. This is taking insider trading to the nth degree. Because now we're talking about American lives, soldiers' lives, Iranian lives, and they're just using this war for certain insiders to be able to make tens of millions of dollars, or who knows, each hundreds of millions of dollars. It's sickening. This is disgusting, and Trump needs to be outed for that. This is another thing he's doing. and he's getting away with it. Another crime that Trump is getting away with, and his insiders that they're getting the insider trading scoop, and he's manipulating. He's using his power as president to manipulate markets, and he just makes up shit that's not true, saying, "Oh yeah, we were negotiating," and everyone's like, "There was no negotiation. There was no call. There was no It's deplorable. It's impeachable, and I think it's imprisonable. But I feel like I'm just shouting into the wind. We're just shouting into the wind. Maybe we should all get together for was it Saturday? No Kings, and we can all shout into the wind together. Although, full disclosure, I don't know if I'm going to make it to No Kings because I feel like shit. I really do. I don't know if I'm going to go out. Big Hook. The problem is with Tesla is that you can only get it serviced by Tesla. Josh C says, "Oh, it's absolutely market manipulation." Yeah, that's exactly. It's market manipulation. But like to a degree now, I mean, it's not just about making money. I mean, this is we got actual lives on the line here. Brooklyn, get a bumper sticker explaining yourself. I think I have seen some bumper stickers. It was like I think I saw some maybe online, like on videos or something. People had said like, I bought this before I found out Musk was a dick or something like that, or a Nazi. The thing is, I don't really like putting bumper stickers on my car, for the most part. Josh C says, Big Hook is correct. What you guys are doing down there? See, the thing is, you guys, what are you guys doing down there in America? That's my impression of Big Hook. What are you guys doing down there? I mean, come on, guys. What are you doing down there? MJ Daniel says, looking at a 2010 Chevy HHRLS here. Ooh, nice. I have read good reviews about that model. Also, a couple of Ford Explorers around the same year. Josh C says, yes, we need to know what year David Saturn is. Hey, I've heard some good things about those old Saturns, actually. Brooklyn says, I would Big Hook if I had to get a new car. Toyota has been good, maybe, but I hope this Solera lasts forever. Can't spend money on a car. Brooklyn, just make sure you change your oil religiously. Your oil and your filters. Keep up on the maintenance, the regular maintenance like that. Especially fluids. Fluids are so important. And I think a Solera, isn't a Solera a Toyota? Those should go 400,000 miles. Just maintain them. Keep your maintenance up, and you should be fine. DPD says that's the only thing I miss about Prime is not being able to watch Reacher. I think I've seen all the seasons. Has there only been 3 seasons? I think I've seen them all. I'm not even sure if I have Prime. I haven't watched Prime. I might, it's one of those things where you have the subscription and you get charged for it and you forget. I think I might still have Prime, but I don't think I've watched anything on Prime for 9 months. I don't know. So I should probably cancel it if I'm not watching it. But I think I'm caught up on Reacher. I think Reacher's kind of, for me, is reaching the point where it's almost jumping the shark, maybe. I really like Reacher, especially the first season. I don't know. But it's still good. It's still it has not jumped the shark, but I'm just fearful that it may soon. Search for Use. Here's Search for Use says $3.59 at my Costco today. Search for You. Could you please dox yourself and let us know where is that? $3.59 a gallon. Come on now. It's $5.19 here at the Arco, I think. Arco is supposed to be cheap, right? Big Hook says Japanese cars cost more up front, but they save you more down the long road for reliability and easier maintenance. What's the difference in price between a Toyota Camry? I'm trying to think, okay, what would be the American equivalent of a Toyota Camry? Would it be a Chevy? I don't even know. I'm trying to get price comparisons. Because it seems like everything's expensive anyhow, but maybe you pay a few grand more for a Toyota, but in the long run, definitely worth it, I think. I would be YouTubing, Trump does not want green energy. No, none of the Republicans do. That's why every time we have Democrats in power, we start making strides towards renewables. And when the Republicans get in power, they strip all that away and we take 2 steps back. It's frustrating. That's why we need to take over and not elect Republicans to anything for the next 50 years. We need 50 years of Democratic rule. Is what we need. I'll be long gone dead by then, but, still. I want to plant the seeds to the trees of the shade I shall never see. Something like that. I have a terrible cold. Josh C says Toyota is generally the best for longevity, but you pay up front. Well, how much? How much do you pay? How much extra is a Toyota Corolla or a Camry or a RAV4 than the American counterparts to that? They're all fucking expensive as far as I'm concerned. If you're going to talk and say it's $2,000 more, well, that's nothing when you're talking about $40,000 or $50,000 for a car or something, or even $30,000 or $35,000. If the difference is only like $2,000, then BFD, man. You won't even notice that in your payment or whatever. MJ Daniel, we are done with Prime after they canceled Wheel of Time, right when it was getting good. I never saw that, I don't think. Wheel of Time. The Wheel of Time. Jolie says, I wish we had a Costco close to me. I've never been to one. Closest one is an hour and a half away. I know it's a long drive, but maybe just for shits and giggles, maybe you should go make the drive just to go check it out. I'm not saying do your regular shopping there. It's a long drive. But maybe someday just make a day of it. Go check out the Costco. Get yourself a hot dog and a Coke for $1.50 or whatever. Whatever it is. I haven't been in there in a while. Maybe the prices have gone up. But you can get a slice of pizza and a Coke for $1.50. I have a cold. Sorry if I'm sniffling and stuff. Josh G says, I be YouTubing. Imagine what we don't see if there's so much that's obviously just out there. Yeah, that's a scary thought. Just think of the stuff that we don't know. I be YouTubing. Looks like Sam's Club and Costco have the better gas price. Yeah, they're always They're almost always a little bit cheaper than just the regular. Because I guess maybe they buy in such bulk. Maybe they can get their prices down. But they've always been a little bit cheaper than just the corner gas station or whatever. David Weiss says Brooklyn 1999 Saturn I bought used 11 years ago for $3,000 with 80,000 miles on it. Has 180,000 on it now. Bought it when my 97 Integra 5-speed got totaled. So you've gotten a lot of good use out of that Saturn. Huh? Sounds good. Yeah, Josh C says that's an awesome deal. Yeah, it's been a good little car for you. You should pet it. Every time you get in, you should go, thank you for being such a good car. I love you, car. Notice how I don't name cars, so I just call it car. I'll be like, hello, car. I won't name the car, but I will pet it. Thank you, car, for being such a good car. IB YouTubing says Toyotas and Hondas have been reliable vehicles. Yeah, Hondas are good too. Big Hook says Brooklyn. I went the JDM route. I don't know who JDM is. John David Mulrooney. No, I don't know. I bought a 2006 Yaris with 18,000 kilometers. Oh, that's right. I forgot. In Canada, it's kilometers. And a 2008 Corolla. Fielder extended hatchback matrix. What? I've heard of Toyota Matrix. I've never heard of a Corolla Matrix. And I don't know what Fielder extended means. But anyhow, 14,500 kilometers. What's that, like 12,000 miles or something? So I am all set for the next 15 years. There you go. There you go. David Weiss used to have 2 Miatas. Sigh. Is that a good sigh or a bad sigh? The Mazda Miata, little 2-seaters, are they? So if you had a family of 4, you would need 2. But it's like, honey, you take that one, I'll take this one. I'll get one kid, you get the other kid. Let's go to the drive-in. We'll park right next to each other. Put the tops down. It'll be so much fun. DVD says, TJ, stay from all things Tesla. Try General Motors, used EVs such as Chevrolet Bolt. I did say that if I got a... What did I say, DPD? What did I say? And I know you read this already or heard me say it already because it was 20 minutes ago at least. I said if I bought a used one, I would probably get a Chevy Bolt. Or Volt. But no, I think Volt. Volt is the electric one. Bolt is the hybrid one. Right? So I think I said Volt. Or Lyric. And they donate to the Democratic Party. Lyric? Is Lyric? What is Lyric? Is Lyric the Cadillac? What? The Lyric is that the Cadillac? The Lyric? I don't know. At this point, folks, all of those cars are just fantasy land right now. I'm looking at a price range of $500 cars. Anything that will run, any jalopy that will run and get me from here to work and back reliably for the next 6 to 12 months. That's what I'm looking at. Eventually we'll get to these other ones, but for right now, I'm just in the market for a $500 jalopy that will get me back and forth to work. Like I said, for 6 to 12 months, and I'll be happy. I will be happy if I buy a $500 car and it gets me to work for 6 to 12 months. Believe me, I will feel like that was money well worth spent, or however you say it. Big Hook says Miatas are very reliable and fun to drive. So it's a twofer. They're reliable and fun. It's one thing to have a fun car that's not reliable. That's not fun, actually. Is Fancy here? Did I not say hi to Fancy? Did I skip over? There's Fancy. Hello, Fancy. Did not mean to skip over you. Always good to see Miss Fancy. 5,000. I don't know what the 5,000 means, but it sounds like I don't know, a really long race. I have a head cold. Excuse me while I wipe my nose. Petrazi, 1920 says, I have a VW Rotan. I'm stuck with Gore now. I don't know. I'm stuck with, was that a misprint? Was that a typo? I don't know what that meant. I'm stuck with it now? I'm stuck for now? Maybe I'm stuck for now. I don't know. A VW, what's a VW Rutan? I never even heard of a Rutan. I can't even picture what that is. Miss Fancy, I have a Toyota Corolla. There you go. Nice little cars. Reliable, dependable, get you around. You'll probably get 400,000 miles on that, baby. Maintain it. Regular maintenance, folks. I cannot emphasize that enough. Regular maintenance. Change your oil. Whether it needs it or not, just fucking change it every 3 months. Just do it. That might be a DIY. It's not that hard. You can do it yourself if you want to. A little DIY, man. Save some money. Change your oil, change your filters. Every 3 months, every 3-4 months. Just do it. Just do it. Miss Fancy, $2 super chat. Don't tell on me. I don't know what that was about, but yippee to Miss Fancy, 5,000. Thank you so much. Do appreciate you for that. Help the show. Help us keep going. Let's see. DPD says Reacher is coming back for a 4th season, TJ. Are you gonna? You're not gonna watch it, are you? Because you hate Jeff Bezos so much. I mean, it's good to stand on your principles, I guess. I don't know. There's got to be. Is there a workaround? Is there somehow we can keep our morals and our ethics and our principles and still be able to watch the shows we like somehow? Is there a workaround on this? Maybe we'll just watch it but not tell anyone that we watched it. I might watch Reacher but I'm not going to tell you guys. It'll be it's my dirty little secret, just like in that song that I wrote. Everybody's got them. Everybody's got a dirty little secret. Maybe my dirty little secret is I'm going to watch Reacher on Prime. Unless someone can get me a bootleg version. Is that what we got to do now? We got to go to the black market to watch our favorite shows. So somehow we feel like we didn't get money to Jeff Bezos or something. I don't know. It'll be my dirty little secret. Yeah, baby. I'm going to watch Reacher, and I ain't going to tell you. I ain't going to tell you nothing, man. I'm going to watch the whole season. I might watch it over again. I might watch it 2 or 3 times. I'm not going to tell you guys because I don't want to be judged. I don't want all that judgment coming down on me. Oh, my God, you're an awful person because you watched Reacher on Prime and Jeff Bezos is awful. I'm not going to tell you guys. Nope. Zip. Throw away the key. I'm not going to tell you. But I'm going to watch season 4. Reacher. Be my little secret. Just give me my dirty little secret. YouTube says, yes, Solara is Toyota. I think it's the same engine as the Camry. But why don't they just call it a Camry? No. Search Acura or Honda. Yeah, I think Acuras are the fancy Hondas, right? Lexus is the fancy Toyotas, and Acura is the fancy Hondas. Basically, you are probably paying an extra 10 grand or something for an Acura when you could get the same thing as a Honda. It just has a different name badge on it, and maybe it has, you know, some leather seating and wood dashboard or something. I don't know. It has gold lettering. But basically, I think if you're buying I don't know, maybe you guys, some of you Acura owners would probably know better than me. Maybe they're tuned better. Maybe there is a higher quality of engineering between an Acura and just a regular Honda. I don't know. Same way with the Lexus. Maybe they're just a little higher quality. Maybe it's worth it. Is it worth it? Because those are the ones that kind of get me. Like we talk about the difference between a Toyota and a Chevy or a Ford, and price wise. But the one that kind of gets me is the difference between an Acura and a Honda, or a Lexus and a Toyota. That's a big price. I think that is a big price difference. And is it worth that difference? Is the quality, is the engineering that much better to justify that cost difference? You guys would know better than me, because I really, I drive shitty old cars. Right now I don't even have a car. So Search for You says Toyota dealers are skanks these days. Wow, that's quite the accusation. Search for You, by the way, thanks for being here. If I didn't say hi earlier. Big Hook says, I am surprised you don't. I'm surprised you guys. I'm surprised you guys don't go out and buy an ancient Geo Metro from California where they don't rust. Cheap as fuck to drive and maintain. You know what? That's a good idea. I had a Geo Metro. I had a brand spanking new Geo Metro back in the day. I'm thinking through my mind if I have anything in my photo album. I wrecked it. That's the car that I rolled. It was a Geo Metro, a great little car. Because my wife at the time and we would commute 60 miles a day. 120 miles a day, 60 miles each way. So we got these little cars, and we had a Suzuki Swift. I think it's a 3-cylinder car, but still plenty good enough for commute. Great commuter. And then when we got divorced, I traded in my Toyota. That's what it was. I was trying to figure out, because we had the Swift. Then I actually traded in my Toyota pickup truck, and I got a Geo Metro, which was almost like the Suzuki Swift. I mean, I think they made them at the same plant. I don't know, in Japan or wherever the fuck, Korea, Japan, whatever. And so I had a Geo Metro. Great car. I mean, I would get 60 miles a gallon, I think. So that means I was only using like 2 gallons a day to go 120 miles. Great little car. And then, with my girlfriend, because this is after my divorce and everything, I had my girlfriend. Remember I told you guys I was like 31 and I had a 21-year-old girlfriend? I was with my 21-year-old girlfriend. And we were just driving across the desert, and we were goofing around, joking around, and I took my eyes off the freaking road like an idiot. And then I went back and I saw that I was swerving off the road, and I just panicked. I overcorrected. I jerked the wheel, and we were going probably not that fast, probably like 55 or 60, maybe. I don't know. I jerked the wheel, overcorrected. Then I overcorrected back the other way because I saw that I had overcorrected this way. So the car ended up going, and then the wheels just caught. You know what I mean? Because it was kind of in this sideways slide. It went into this kind of sideways slide like thing. And then it's like it just went over. Now, fortunately, it only rolled one time. And it landed upright. But the whole car was all smashed in, well, it's kind of smashed in. Actually, it held up pretty well. But we all survived. We were okay. My girlfriend, we had to go to the hospital. She had a concussion, had some glass in her hair and stuff, but she was okay. I had a couple scratches. Her daughter, she had a daughter, a little 5-year-old girl, in the back seat. We had her in the child seat, So she was completely unharmed. But I rolled that car, that Geo Metro. So when you bring up Geo Metro, it brings me back to that memory of me rolling it. But yeah, it was a good. They're cheap as fuck, and they're easy to maintain. They get great gas mileage. I think it's a 3-cylinder. If I remember, maybe that was a 4. I don't know. Maybe the Swift was a 3-cylinder. Maybe the Metro was a 4-cylinder. I forget. But you're getting 50, 55, 60 miles a gallon, and that's a gas-powered thing. That's not a hybrid. Those aren't hybrids. They're just little gas-powered engines. Yeah, Petrozzi says, I had a little blue Geo Metro in the 90s. Me too. Mine was, what was this, around 91 or 2? 92, maybe? When I did that? When I bought that? Brand new. Just traded in my truck. Yeah, brand new. And mine was a blue. I guess mine was like a light blue. Yeah. Yeah. Me and Petrozzi had the same car. Yeah, Josh, he says, Big Hook, my friend had one of those with a 5-speed. It was a fun little car and ridiculous MPG. Yeah, I told you. I think I was getting like 60 miles a gallon. IBU Chippy says, to answer your question on comparable cars, I thought the Cruze, Chevy Cruze, but I don't think they Yeah, I think they did discontinue that. So yeah, the Chevy Cruze, that might not be comparable with a Camry. That might be more a Corolla. I don't know. I've actually driven the Cruze. I rented a few of those. Not a few. I think I rented one, maybe 2. And they were nice cars. I rented one back when I guess it was around 2015. God, time flies. It was when I was switching over from being a company driver to a independent contractor driver with Schneider. So I had to go to Phoenix for they have like an orientation thing, there's a whole thing where it's a few days of orientation, and then you get your truck and you set your truck up and stuff. So I remember I think I just drove. I didn't fly. Yeah, I didn't fly. I went ahead and drove. So I just rented a Chevy Cruze and just drove it basically from Ontario, California, which is, for you guys that know the area, that's just 40 miles, 50 miles east of LA. Ontario, it's near San Bernardino and all that stuff. So I just rented the car down there. Oh, okay. I'm trying to remember because I think what I did is because I had my truck. That's why. Yeah, I'm trying to remember why I did that, because I had my company truck from Schneider, and Schneider had their operating center in Fontana, which is right next to, basically real close to Ontario. And so it worked out, I turned my truck back in Fontana, and then I guess I Ubered over to Ontario Airport that's where the car rental places were, and I rented the Chevy Cruze from there, drove it back to Phoenix, and then that's when I got my truck, the truck that I had for the last 8 or 9 years of my driving career. And I like the Cruze. I thought it was really nice. I don't know what they went for. I don't know the price difference between that and a comparable Toyota. I really don't know. DVD says, did anyone see Paolo Zampoli, who introduced the first hoe to the orange pedophile, called in a favor to have his baby mama detained by the... Oh, yeah, Gestapo, because they are in the custody battle. I heard about that. And what a dirtbag, right? What a dirtbag thing to do. Big Cook says Solaris should last you forever if you put in the maintenance. Scotty Kilmer loves Toyotas to death because they last forever if you do the maintenance. And I think he's right. I don't really like Scotty Kilmer. I used to subscribe to him. I unsubscribed him because he's just too maggoty. He's just too maggoty for me. You know he's a maggot, right? Big Hook. You know Scotty Kilmer's a fucking maggot. I mean, come on. I mean, let's be real. So I finally unsubbed him, and I can get maintenance advice from someone who's not quite so overtly maggoty. But he's right. I think most of his car stuff is pretty good, I guess. YouTube says Matrix is the same motor as the Corolla. Miss Fancy says my Toyota is so reliable. Yeah, they're good cars. They make good little cars. Josh C says, yeah, Fancy, oil, fluid changes, and tires and brakes. Brooklyn says, does anyone buy Cadillacs anymore? I think so. They're still making them, so. I've seen there's some really nice Cadillacs. I mean, if you're a gearhead and they've got the Cadillac, they've got some really high performance Cadillacs that people like to buy. Big Hook says Chevy Cruze are awful from what I understand. Most die before 100,000 miles. Yeah, I just rented the one, so I guess that's just in my 300-mile trip. You know, it was nice. It was good, but yeah, I don't know what the longevity is of it. Yeah. So you know. Jeff Curry's here. Hey Jeff, good to see you. Jeff says my mom just got a Cadillac. I hate that thing. IB YouTubing Miata is made by Mazda. Nice, sporty cars. Yes, I know. That's exactly what I said. Mazda Miata. Brooklyn says, I love the way the convertible roof folds away on the Miata. Josh C says there's tons of Miata rally clubs. They're awesome and affordable. I'm just now getting to the Miss Fancy 5000. $2 super chat. Again, yippee, thank you. Give you a thumbs up and a heart. Thank you, Miss Fancy 5000. I be YouTubing. I have a Honda CR-V 2009 with 269,000 miles and going. Nice. Good job on that. David Weiss says Randy of Auto Auction Rebuilds has flipped 2 volts. I watch his channel. I subscribe to his channel, and you know also though, Dave, you know Randy's a fucking MAGA, right? He's another one, but at least he hides it pretty well. So I haven't unsubscribed him yet. I unsubscribed Scotty Kilmer because he was really irritating me. Randy, you know, he you know, his little comments every now and then come out, and you know he's MAGA. But I haven't unsubscribed him yet. I enjoy his channel. I do enjoy his channel. I enjoy watching him buy cars and flip cars and stuff. What are you gonna do? Until he does something really overtly maggoty, then I guess I will stay with the channel. DBD says, I'm sorry, TJ, I was just talking shit, but you never know when things may turn around. And yes, TJ, a Lyric is a Cadillac. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's the Cadillac EV. I've seen videos of them. I think they're really beautiful. I think they're beautiful. I think they're like $100,000 or some shit like that. So that's out of the question. You know, but I think they're a beautiful looking car. I guess they are. Are they more like a hybrid? The Lyrics? They're not like straight EVs, I don't think. Josh C says I'm funny today. Do I amuse you? Oh man. I can't even do my Joe Pesci without coughing. I was gonna do a Joe Pesci from Goodfellas, but fuck it now, man. Fuck it. Big Hook says dream car would be an Acura NSX, street legal car with F1 engineering. I think I have one of those in my CSR2 game, and it's a nice car from that aspect. Search for you. I drive a Subaru Crosstrek. Oh, those are cool. I've never driven one, but I've just seen them around. I think those are really cool. I would like to get a Subaru Crosstrek. I think that those are really cool cars, especially if you live in the mountains and shit like that. I like those. Big Hook says Subarus suffer from blown head gaskets. I think they have fixed that problem now, but they were a pain in the ass to work on with the horizontally opposed engines. Man. I've never really heard that about Subarus. All I hear about Subarus is that they're the number one selling car. They're always these, and I'm like, what? I thought like Toyota was or whatever, but it seems like Subarus are. They sell them like they're like hotcakes. Mr. Spock says, "Well, TJ, you were in the rollover club. I've never rolled a vehicle. My ex rolled a race car on the local oval track once. Got a trophy and had her rollover featured in the cable channel show intro." What cable channel show? Just any cable channel show? Yeah, that's cool. It's just, I guess. Glad your ex survived, apparently. Got a trophy for the effort. I've rolled over. That's the only car I think I've ever rolled over. I'm trying to think. Yeah. I did tip over a big rig, but it didn't roll. I tipped one over. Boop. That was hairy. I ended up getting a really bad infection after that from the glass. Man. Big Hook says new cars are often crap now with their subscription services and require dealership maintenance because the computers have white code requirements that only dealerships can handle. Yeah, that sucks. That does suck. All these new computers and chips and everything. Yeah, I think it sucks. Search for you, Scotty as MAGA. Yeah, I think so. I think he is. Josh says he's definitely MAGA. Aaron Wish says, should I get married in a beautiful little castle on a Sunday, 1.5 hours away, or stay closer to home and get married in an elegant little venue on a Saturday? That's our current debate. I think it should be whatever you want, Aaron. You're the bride. You know what you really want in your heart. Follow your heart. Whichever one you want is the one that you should go for. And it should be your choice, I think. Whichever one you like better, that's the one you should do. Just do it. An 1.5-hour drive isn't really that big of a deal as far as I'm concerned. Anyhow, that's my 2 cents worth. I see people putting in their votes. Brooklyn says closer to home. Josh says Saturday, which is that's I guess that's the closer to home one. I'm saying whichever, in your heart, which one. There is one that stands out to you, and that you feel is the one, and you should go for that. I don't think the distance thing should even play into it. Big deal. Hour and a half. I could do an hour and a half with my eyes shut, and one hand tied behind my back, upside down in my seat. I don't know. Now, Josh says it'll be easier with dogs. I didn't know you're taking your dogs with you on your wedding. So. Again, it's up to you. But I think that your groom and everything should sort of defer to you. I think weddings are special for the guys too. It's a special day, but I don't know. I just think that the bride, it's usually, like a lifelong dream or whatever. So I think the bride's wishes should take precedent over everything else. Josh sees, I kind of like Uncle Tony's Garage. He's MAGA. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of these car shows lately, and a lot of these are just good old boys from the South, and so it's not real surprising. You get a lot of that. So, like I said, if they're not really like overt with it, then and I'm enjoying the show, I'll watch their show. I'll give them a thumbs up. I don't generally give them all. I don't subscribe to all of them, but some of them I do subscribe to because I want to watch more of their content and stuff. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? David Weiss says, yes, Randy hates Obama, etc. Monkey Wrench Mike is not like that and teases Randy at times. Yeah, I like Monkey Wrench Mike too. I think I watch both of them. They're both good. But, hey, when I went and got my my physical, I had, because I have to get a physical every year to keep not only to keep my CDL, but also to keep my taxi driver's permit. And since I'm on a CPAP, instead of doing it every 2 years, I got to do mine every year. So anyhow, so just a couple months ago, I went and got I had to get a physical and get recertified. And I had a little bit of a hard time, because the first guy I went to, well, that was my own fault, because I had stopped using my CPAP for a while. And then I just restarted it. And so this one doctor I went to, who was the same doctor I had gone to the year before, and you have this like report that you give them. It's online, and you can print out the report, and it has all of every night that you're on the CPAP. It shows what you did. And according to him, I didn't restart. I mean, I didn't have enough days. So he said he couldn't certify me. And this was when I only had I had to get it done that day. Otherwise, I was going to be out of work. And this is back when I had the whole rent issue, and I needed to make money and all that kind of stuff. So it was really stressful. So he wouldn't do it. And I was like, oh, shoot. So, and then he told me, he goes, but you never know. You might find someone else that would do it, So then I remember I took on my phone, I had taken a picture of this, like an actual bulletin board posting, not like a computer bulletin board, but an actual real live bulletin board that was at work where I work, where someone had posted for DOT exams, and it had the guy's phone number and whatever, and he said like driver friendly or something like that. So I had that on my phone. So I went ahead. I called him. I made the appointment to go over there that day. I mean, right after I left that first doctor's office. So I went down there, and when I went down there and I was in the waiting office, the waiting room, whatever, there was a little sign he had up by by where the cash is, because he has a cash register and stuff. And right by the sign, he had this little sign that said like, due to Bidenomics, the price of I don't know, maybe the exam or whatever has gone up from $50 to $55 or something. He jacked it up $5, due to Bidenomics. So I have a feeling that was a sign that was probably there for a few years. But and so my first thought was, oh my God, this guy's a fucking maggot. This guy's a fucking maggot. I'm like, oh fuck, I should just walk out. But I couldn't, because I had to get that exam. I had to get it, or else I was not going to get my permit renewed, and I would have to wait all the way till over the weekend into next week. And by then, I would be shut down from driving. I wouldn't have been able to drive and make some money to, like pay my rent and shit. So I just went ahead and did it. And it turns out the guy was pretty cool. And he passed me, even though I had some marginal shit with my eyes, very marginal, like barely, like I'm not even sure if I passed, but he passed me. And, and I'm going to go to that guy every year because, like you said, driver friendly, he's driver friendly. And he certified me and passed me, and I was able to get my permit renewed and keep driving and get a paycheck so I could pay my rent. So I'm not even sure what brought that up. We're talking about Scotty Kilmer and shit, but there are maggots among us, and sometimes, you just gotta put up with them and even do business with them. And like I said, I will go back to that doctor every year that I need to go get recertified, as long as he's in business. Search for You says there's a cross trek on every corner. I like them. I like those cars. Josh C says, yeah, Jeff, there was snow, and as soon as the sun came out, it was like flipping a switch on my allergies. Big Hook says, yeah, and the cars are collecting driver data and reporting to insurance companies to deny you repairs and raise your premiums. The new cars are not worth the trouble. 20-year-old cars are better. Yeah, I hate all that fucking computer chips and shit. I really hate it. DPD says, no, TJ, lyrics are not hybrids. They are strictly electric. Okay. Well, I think Cadillac did have one. It was sort of like a glorified Volt, but probably not the lyric. But anyhow, they're strictly electric vehicles and range between 59 and 65,000. Oh, okay. I mean, that's still probably out of my price range, but not the 100K. Petrozzi says the castle sounds lovely, referring to Aaron's wedding venue choices. Big Cook says some cars have dealership installed GPS trackers in them. And Brooklyn says that's legal? It don't sound legal to me. Josh C says, I wore a kilt for my wedding because, damn it, if she's getting a dress, I'm getting one too. That's funny. David White says, yeah, Scotty Kilmer, rev up your racism. Big Hook says, I have heard as well that car thieves often will put an AirTag on cars to steal later when you are asleep. DPD says, Aaron, as a married woman, I would say a Saturday wedding is prime choice for ensuring maximum wedding attendance. That's true. I guess that's something to consider about the day of the week. Big Hook says 2 to 5 year old cars are the most stolen cars and often parted because there is a hot market for parts and limited supply via dealers. Just install a kill switch. You could do that. You can install a kill switch. Put the switch where it's not easily found, I guess. You flip that switch when you park the car, it will cut off, I think, all power to the car, to the engine or whatever. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but there are people that put kill switches on. And then if someone tries to move the car, I guess they would have to strip it right there or whatever. But if they want to steal it and move it somewhere else and strip it, it's extremely hard to do if you can't start the car. So do that. Put it on, install a kill switch. IBU he says, I like Scotty Kilmer for his mechanic knowledge, but I turned off when he says critical stuff and puts up pictures of Biden or Hillary. I know part of the year he lives in Red, Tennessee. Yeah, I just don't watch him at all now. I unsubscribed him, and if he ever shows up in my feed or whatever, I just skip right over him. Petrozzi says, my local butcher, I like his work, but he blares faux news. Yeah, I hate that shit. When you walk into some place and they got Fox News playing. I mean, there's been a couple times where I've just walked out when I saw that. Jolie says that Aaron West, with everyone recommending Saturday, if you're feeling disappointed, then you know the castle is the one you really want. If you're not, then do the Saturday one. Yeah. That's good advice there, Jolie, from Jolie. Yeah, Jeff Curry says, Petrozzi, mechanic waving me into the bay for oil change. I saw a Trump sign on the wall, just backed out and left. David Weiss, my 97-year-old dad is MAGA as well. Yeah, that sucks. Big Hook says, invest in a steering wheel lock if you think the risk exists. If it takes longer than 2 minutes, they will go to easier cars. TJ, you can also remove the fuel pump relay easily, and they can't drive. I think you should just fill your car with snakes. Jeff Curry, I rarely lock my truck or take the keys out. Where the hell do you live? Out in the middle of nowhere? I know, Jolie says, me neither. Well, I know about Jolie. Leaving the doors open. People walking in. Tell you what, if I'm sitting in my easy chair with my 410 on my lap, someone walked in, I don't know. I don't even know what a 410 is. I think it's some sort of a gun. It's just a joke, a kind of a joke that me and my friend Mike, we used to always, I think a 410 is a type of a shotgun or something. But we would always make jokes like, my 410. So that was kind of a callback to my younger days with my friend Mike. Mr. Spock, I once left the keys in my truck for 1.5 years. Why did you stop? Did someone finally steal the thing? Josh C says Friday night rehearsal, Saturday wedding, Sunday brunch. Look at there, Josh got it all planned out for you, Aaron. Jeff Curry says, Jolie, don't need my house key because it's never locked either. No one knows how to find me. Well, I lock my door in my apartment. And I'm still afraid that someone could just kick the door in while I'm gone and steal all my beautiful valuables. I'm looking around. Where are they? I mean, there's really not much. I guess there's nothing really here to steal. But still, they could take my beautiful couch. I don't have it. I got an $80 TV, a free couch that was a dumpster save. But still, I do worry about that someone, while I'm gone, could just kick in the door and just go through all my shit. Petrozzi, I don't trust the city around enough to not lock my doors or cars. I say, why take the chance? Why risk it? Just lock your shit up. Just lock it up. Keep the lock and key guys in business. Keep the locksmiths in business. Come on, we're losing so many jobs as it is. Can we please keep the locksmiths in business with our locks and things? With the locksmith thing? Big Hook says 20-year-old cars are better, less stolen, cheaper to maintain, better built, lots of parts and junkyards. It's a win-win situation if you can do the work yourself or have an honest mechanic. I would really love to get like a 65 Chevy Impala or a 65 Ford Galaxy. I really love that era of cars. I've had a 65 Ford Galaxy way back when I was in college and going to College of the Desert in 1980, 81. I had a 65 Ford Galaxy. This is a 6-cylinder. It wasn't even the V8. But I love that car, and I would love to have that car again. There's so many cars I look back that I wish I had. I wish I still had my 59 El Camino. I love that fucking car. That's probably my favorite car of all the cars I've owned. The Galaxy 500 I would love to have again. I had a 72 Plymouth Duster. I'd love to have that again. I mean, I probably would love to have any of them again since I don't have a car right now. But I would love to find an old 60s car. I think I could do a lot of the work myself. I mean, if I had a garage, I don't have a garage and shit like that. That's the thing, but living in an apartment sucks. But if I had a place with my own garage and I could get a workbench together and get my tools together, I could do a lot of the work myself. And whatever I couldn't do, then I would find a good mechanic or whatever. But I would love to find a mid-60s car that I could bring bring back to life and drive. Those are good cars, man. Those 60s cars, I think, Fords and Chevys and stuff from the 60s, I think that's probably, I don't know, a great era of cars, I think. And you can still find some decent deals. It's not like, it's not like these ones that are totally restored and they want like $200,000 for them, which is ridiculous. But you can find some nice, pretty good condition and running cars like from the 60s that are like $4,000 or $5,000, $6,000, So that's what I would like to do. Eventually. Right now, like I said, I'm just looking for a $500 jalopy. Josh Sees has a 91 Chevy van. Mr. Spock, locks are for honest thieves. I think you should have locks. I don't give a fuck. DBD says, TJ, have you considered a door jam and bars? I have a door jam. I have a door. I have a. Anyhow, they have no drill windows. I don't need security bars. It's not that bad, guys. I should not have even brought it up. It's not that. The only reason I kind of was worried about it is because of the lady that was yelling into my window, and I think she's weird, and who knows what she might do. But it's not that bad. I don't need bars on the windows. Okay. Jeff Curry says my first car at 16 was a '64 Impala SS. Nice. Those are nice cars. Big Hook parts will be a bitch to find, though. They are owned by collectors for a reason. There's lots. I think there might be some issue with that, but there's still a lot of parts at junkyards, and I think there's a lot of the just things like alternators and starters and shit like that. That's all you can buy. You can still buy that at O'Reilly's, or whatever. But as far as I guess if you need a fender or if you need something that's specific to that car, those could be issues. Paul Burrow says I had a '65 Chevy Impala SS 396. DPD says, Jolie, please lock your doors. Yes, I agree, though. I do agree with that, DPD. Lock your doors. I don't agree with that, leaving your doors open. Even if you're in the house, I lock every door. Every time. No matter where I live. Petrozzi's going to see the suffragettes. Thank you, Petrazzi, for being here. I appreciate you for hanging out with us. And I will be ending pretty soon. Maybe go get some cold medicine or something. I don't know. Hey, Elizabeth Martinez is here. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on in. Elizabeth says, Hola, John. I had a '65 Thunderbird lowrider, portholes, sunroof, chrome purple velvet inside trim, sitting in Modesto. He not care. I'm not sure what that means, but I do know where Modesto is. My mom is from Fresno. Just about my entire mom's side of my family still all live in the Modesto, Fresno, well, not Modesto, but Fresno, Madera area. Samantha Keats is here. God, I love older American muscle cars, mid-'70s Camaro, especially from Australia. Hello, Samantha Keats. Thanks for coming on in. Appreciate you. Yeah, I love the American muscle cars. There's something about them, right? They just look badass. the styling, all those, the Camaros. I love the Mustangs. I love Mustangs. I love Camaros. I even love like the Dusters or the old Chargers, the old Challengers. All those. I love all those muscle cars, man. They're just something. They're just stout and badass. You know, they're just cool looking. Those Chevy, the Chevelles. Yeah, they're awesome cars, man. I've been YouTubing says my sister's first car was a '78 Ford Elite. It was huge. Oh, that's a boat. Yeah, isn't that one of the? That's kind of like an LTD or something, right? Yeah, some of those were they had some boats in those days too. But those cars were nice though. Like my dad would buy those kind of cars. We had a few of those big boat cars, and they were big and roomy and comfortable, and they smooth as could be. Go down the road, smooth ride. As a little kid, so I'm always in the back seat. And so the back seat was like a couch. It was like a big comfortable couch, you know. And if I wanted to lay down, in those days there was no car seats. We didn't give a fuck about seat belts. I would just lay down, snooze, you know. Yeah, those cars were very comfortable, you know. Jeff Curry says Samantha, 70s Camaros are crazy rare now. Aaron West reminding that we do have channel memberships starting as low as $1.99 a month. You can also support the show with super chats. We have also like, subscribe, and sharing, which is absolutely free. Doesn't cost you a dime. Or you can help me out, buy me a coffee. There's the buy me a coffee link. And speaking of subscriptions, we're at 4,405. I do have a little thing, right? Where when we get to 5,000, I've got this bottle of Hennessy. I was going to crack open and see about how far I could get into that. You want to see me get drunk on camera, basically? Let's get to 5,000. So help me get to 5,000. Like, subscribe, share. Comment. You know, if you see my videos, watch them. You don't have to watch the whole thing. Some of them are pretty long, but you just watch the first minute or two. Leave a nice comment. Share it. Hit the share button. Share it out. Maybe we can get to 5,000 sometime before the end of this administration. So let's do that. Let's get working on that. David Weiss says my first car was a 62 Oldsmobile Dynamic 88 big block tank. I blowed it up real good. CSC TV racing on a frozen lake. Wow, 62 Olds, huh? Yeah. Whew. That was a boat. Jeff Curry says, if I locked my door, people would have to knock instead of just walking in. Yeah, that's exactly the point. Aaron West says, Chugger on also has PayPal. Yep, I do got the PayPal there if you want to send a little dono that way. Great way to help support the show. Big Hook says, that's why everything I own is 2000, 2006, and 2008. They are all easy to work on and with such low mileage guaranteed to get me through the next 15 years if I manage to live that long. Yeah. And I hope you do manage to. Elizabeth Martinez, he said he was going to take care of it, and he did nothing. It's sitting on Beard Avenue down the street from Pick and Pull, right past the railroad tracks. On the left, anyone interested, love restore. I like those old T-Birds. T-Birds are a cool car. Josh C says the ugliest car, mid-60s to 70s, looks better than a Cybertruck. Oh yeah, well, I'll definitely agree with you on that. John Glad's here. Always glad to see John Glad. Says sorry, was at BBN. You don't have to apologize. I know BB. I know Boston Brian was on. We've got 21st Century Jets coming up, suffragettes coming up. And I just appreciate anyone who spent some time here with all these other choices. And so I appreciate you coming in and saying hi, John. We're about ready to end the show. I guess Boston is still on. Dang it, with my damn cough. Yeah, but anyhow, thanks for being here, John. I appreciate you. TBD says, TJ, have you taken anything for your... I don't have allergies. Or your, as far as I know. Or you cold, or have you been? Have your fares been lately? I have not taken anything other than orange juice, and the fares have been fine. You know, okay. Jeff Curry says, got daughter a 1987 Camaro Z28 for her 16th birthday. Wow. An 87 Z28. Those are pretty nice. That's not my favorite body style, but those are nice. Elizabeth Martinez says, I had a 94 Mustang convertible, beautiful car, but in my 65 Thunderbird, I beat a Corvette in a race, 420 double barrel carburetor. Wow. Good for you, Elizabeth. Good for you. Beat that Corvette. So Samantha says she thought it'd be easy to get the Camaros. Jeff says, Samantha, they turned most of them into stock cars. Julie, 5K to Hennessy Day. That's right. 5K subscribers. Will be, and I don't know why. Why do I always do this? Here's what I'm trying to do. I don't know. I'm trying to do some kind of a thing. I don't know. No matter what, it doesn't look good. I should stop doing that. But yeah, 5K to Hennessy Day. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's get me to 5K. I'm dying to see what that Hennessy is going to taste like. Jeff Curry says, Samantha, she likes old cars. I told her, easy, that car ain't old. It was made when I was in high school. Like, easy, right? Okay. Samantha Keats says, Jeff Curry, we're not old, we're distinguished. Or as Bill Murray would say in Stripes, sophisticated. I think it was Bill Murray, or it was Harold Ramis. I don't know. Josh says, I said, hot shower and breathe the steam. Bill Cook says, well, fermented, but yeah, older, but wiser, and at least that's what is supposed to happen. I'm like a fine wine. I don't get old. I just, what is it? What is it fine wines do? Get better? I don't know. There's David Weiss with had the Datsun 810 5-speed manual wagon. Put over 300K on it. Similar engine to the 280Z straight six. Like I said, that's what I learned to drive on. Because we had one of those. And my dad taught me how to drive that stick. It was a stick, yeah. Datsun 510. It was a station wagon. Yeah, it wasn't I don't think it was the, regular 4-door or whatever. That's what I learned. That's how I learned to drive a stick. Was on that old Datsun, and it was a nice little car. I didn't burn the clutch out or anything. It was able to withstand me learning how to drive it. Danny Pomeroy, what's the price of gas truck? Well, you've missed. We've already gone over the prices. But we'll do a reset, a little bit of a reset. We talked about that's how we got, I think, on the conversation of cars, because we've been talking cars for the last hour. But the price of gas here in Vegas that I've seen is now $5.19 for regular unleaded. $5.19. 2 weeks ago it was about $3.19, or maybe it might have been $3.39. So not quite. So I think it's gone up about $1.80 in about 3 weeks. $5.19 for regular unleaded. It was $6.29 for diesel. So, thank you, Trump. You know, if my doctor can have a sign up that says, due to Bidenomics, I had to raise the price $5, then I think I'm certainly not out of line by saying, for blaming Trump for this $1.80 rise in gas prices. It's not a prize. DBD says, I hope everyone is ready for No Kings on Saturday. We got this, so get your protest shoes, bullhorns, signs ready. Yeah, you guys get out there, man. I'm right behind you all the way. But yeah, get out there, man. Let's get a lot of people out there. Samantha Keats got to go make some breakfast. Big blue heart to all. Drive carefully. Thank you, Samantha Keats. Thanks for coming in. I don't think I've seen you here before. I'm glad you found the show. I hope you'll give me a like and a subscribe and a share and all that good stuff. And have a good one down under. A good day down under. Have a good breakfast. I'll be on again Saturday. 11 a.m. Pacific time. Not sure what time that is for you down under there, but hope to see you again. Hope you come back. Dave Weiss, no, 810. Oh, the 810. Well, I think we had the 510. I think it was a 510 that I had, that we had. Josh says, I'm like a fine wine. The cork dried out if you don't keep me horizontal. Dries out if you don't keep me horizontal. Robert Perez, hey, from down San Diego way. Good to see you, Robert. Thanks for popping on in. Robert says, yo, Trucker John and everybody in the Truckers Lounge, have a groovy day. Have a groovy day. Groovy, 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 groovy day. Have yourself a groovy day. Gonna keep it groovy. We're gonna keep it so groovy. Groovy. Of course, whenever someone says groovy, I mean, I think of 1968 or something. I don't know. 68 to 72, maybe. Groovy was really a popular term. Groovy, man. It was really. If you guys remember, people my age, groovy was in the lexicon. Like, that's groovy. You would actually say shit like, man, that's groovy. Like, now it sounds kind of silly, or it sounds like, I don't know, you don't realize that certain words were in the lexicon. Like, groovy, you would actually say, like, groovy, man. Like, and it wasn't like joking. It wasn't like you were trying to be silly or something. That was actually how people talked in 1968, 1969, 1970, 71, 72, 73. You would say, groovy, man. That's groovy. And we also did peace signs a lot. There's so many old family like films about family movies that my dad made, and every single one of them from that time when I'm like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that's 68 to 72. Every single time I'm like this, flashing a peace sign. Probably saying groovy. But like, groovy, Dad. Hey. So, peace signs and groovy. That was, and so if you ever watch a movie that's made today, but they're setting it in 1968 or 1969, and the dialogue is something like, if they're saying terms like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of things, but I mean, there are certain things that people didn't say then. You know, I mean, you gotta watch if you're writing dialogue for a period of time. You can't put 2026 dialogue in a 19 something set in 1969. So, you know, just if you're writing any screenplays, just remember that. But yeah, groovy was that was actually something you would say. And it wasn't like to be funny. I mean, that was just it was like groovy, man, groovy. You know, that's groovy. Um, Big Hook says back in the day when Nissan and Datsuns were actually solid built cars. Nowadays they are not very good. Well, people complain about the transmissions a lot on the Nissans, the newer Nissans. Um, there's some problem with the transmissions. And back then, there was no Nissan. It was just Datsun back in the old days. Mr. Bob Newell, I can't hear you. Haven't seen Mr. Bob Newell in a while. Where you been, Bob? Where you been? Bob Newell, where'd you get that devil shirt? That is I got it from our high school reunion. Because we are the Sun Devils. I bought 3 of these things. And then I ended up not even going. I should have gone. Because they had it in Vegas and I didn't go. And I was in town and I didn't go. I chickened out. DPD says people have been placing orange pedophile stickers on gas pumps, grocery stores, and outside of buildings, blaming him for the increase in prices. Good. He deserves it. And if we're able to vote like we should be able to, the Republicans are going to get shellacked. And it's all because of him. And more people are finally waking up. And these gas prices are one of the things that do it. You know, not the pedophilia, not the felonies, none of but the gas prices. And hey, whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes. Robert Perez says I give the peace sign all the time. Bob Newell says I drove a 68 Cougar last Saturday night. Nice. So you got one? Or are you being funny? Because it's hard to tell. 68 Cougars are nice, though. Big Hook says people are trying to find manual transmission Japanese cars because they are way cheaper than the replacement cost of an automatic transmission, especially the CVT ones. Yeah, when abused. Yeah, that's what I've heard too. That those CVT transmissions, once they go out, very expensive. Barbara Nicholas is here. Hey, Barbara, good to see you. Barbara Nicholas says my favorite was Make Love Not War. Yeah, Make Love Not War. There was a lot of anti-war sentiment, of course. The hippies, peace movement, war protesting. Again, I was pretty much about 8 through 12 years of age, so I just saw this in the news. I had older cousins that were more of and they were like hippies and shit, and they were involved in anti-war protesting, and so I saw it kind of through them a lot. But yeah, the Make Love Not War, that was a big one. I mean, you would see stickers or signs and stuff like that. Aaron West says this man with a patch on his eye stands on an exit ramp holding up a peace sign asking for money. Jeff Curry, Jolie, not peace sign, but been known to do devil horns. Uh-huh. Bob Newell says my high school mascot was the Red Devil. Well, there you go. Jolie, I've never gone to a high school reunion. I only went to one. I went to my 10-year reunion, and that's the only one I've gone to. And it was nice. It was nice catching up. The one that they just had a couple years ago, I guess it was that my 40th? That would have been the 40th, I think. And I didn't go. I should have gone. And the reason I didn't go is because they said that you were supposed to wear kind of like, they wanted you to wear like formal wear or something. And then I saw pictures that people posted, and a lot of the guys were just wearing like t-shirts and shit. And I was like, well, fuck. If I would have known that, I would have gone, because I didn't feel like wearing formal fucking wear. But a bunch of guys went there in t-shirts and jeans anyhow. And I was like, well, fuck, I should have just gone then. I could have worn this shirt, you know? I think a couple guys did wear these shirts. But in the thing, and they send you the information and everything. They wanted you to wear, because they had it at a nice place, a really nice place for the dinner and all that shit. And they wanted you to wear, I guess, nice clothes and shit. And I was like, I don't feel like dressing up and shit, So I didn't go. And then, like I said, I saw pictures, and guys were wearing fucking t-shirts and tennis shoes. And I was like, well, fuck. I could have gone. Bob Newell, she was Miss Poland in 1973. Who, the 68 Cougars? That we talking? Was that? Brooklyn Flower Power. Yeah, the Flower Power. And you had the VW Bugs and the buses with all the flowers on it. Jeff Curry, DPD Jolie told me about frozen water, but inside the ice box. Bob Newell, your show improves with each bowl. Are you talking about each bowl you smoke, right? That's probably true. The more you smoke, the better I get. The better the show gets. Yep. Do it. Josh C says, I guess it was 4:20 a couple minutes ago. Yeah, now you're going to have to wait. You have to wait another 12 hours or something, I guess. I don't know. Before you can hit it up again. Brooklyn says, bowl of what, Bob Newell? Well, I think we know what he's talking about. I think we can draw conclusions here. There's just like 4:20 alert. DPD says they banned Mary Trump from TikTok. What the fuck? Well, TikTok is now, isn't it? Didn't those Trump sycophants take it over? Some Trump assholes. So I guess fuck TikTok. I got off TikTok. I deactivated my TikTok account. I think it's been a couple years now, or at least well over a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I don't know. I deactivated my X account, which was Twitter, and because I had been on Twitter since the very beginning. I think since like 2008 or something like that. And when Musk took it over and turned it into a shithole, I fucking deactivated my account. TikTok, I deactivated that. Fuck those fucking places. Fuck Elon Musk. Fuck them all. But Mr. Bundle, why is the police helicopter cycling my house? Or circling, probably. I don't know, but I would suggest start flushing. Start flushing. Josh C says, that's your ceiling fan. Bob. Hey, Bob. Bob. See? Pot makes you paranoid, Bob. All right, guys. Time to call it a day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We got one out of 5 on our goal. It's better than nothing. Thank you, Fancy. That was Fancy. Thank you, Fancy, for that super chat. I'll see you guys on Saturday right after House Sparks, 11 a.m. Pacific time zone. We'll see you then. I enjoyed talking about cars. We can talk about cars every time if you guys want. I don't care. Maybe I'll post some pictures of all my favorite cars. Maybe I have a few pictures of some of my cars I've owned. Maybe I should do a little slideshow of my cars I've owned. Believe me, I have a small fraction of all the cars I've owned. Pictures that are available to me right now. But yeah, so we'll see you then. We'll see you on Saturday, 11 a.m. In the meantime, guys, let's just maintain. Now, Saturday is No King's Day. I will be here doing the show, and I will probably be going to work. I know I sound like a hypocrite, but I have to go to work, so I don't get into a situation like what happened, a few weeks back. So, to me right now, I'm so on the margins of everything here financially that I gotta work on Saturday. So I'll do the show here. I'm gonna go to work. As Barbara Nicholas says, I gotta shag out of here or something like that. I don't know. But anyhow, if you guys can do it, I go to a No Kings event. Go hang out. Make some signs. Let the world know that we don't want no kings. We don't want no dictators. We just want our freedom back. We want our constitution. We want our country back from this dictator. We don't like Trump, and we want him out. We want him gone. All right, guys. I'll see you guys Saturday, 11 a.m. Pacific time, and there might be a couple of guests that want to say goodbye real quick. I had a cookie mobile, believe it or not. That's right. It was a cookie mobile. The thing about it was, though, the wheels were made out of Hershey chocolate kisses, kind of on the side, on the side, and they would always melt. They would melt, and so the cookie mobile didn't last long. But I tried. I gave it the old college try with the cookie mobile. After I got rid of the cookie mobile, I got a Ford Taurus. That car sucked so bad. Don't get a Ford Taurus. Yeah, so from the cookie mobile, went to the Ford Taurus. Then after that, I found this Rambler. That's a nice little car. Oh yeah, 65 Rambler American. That baby gets me along. That's good. Now, I call that Cookie Mobile 2. Don't ask me why. It is brown. It kind of looks like a cookie. But yeah, I got a 65 American Rambler. Yeah, and that's the Cookie Mobile 2. I just wanted to, everyone was talking about cars. I felt compelled to put my little 2 cents worth in about the cars. And yes, I do regular maintenance. That's the key. Little fun fact. I actually have a 76 Pinto. And guess what? I went down to Mako and got a paint job on it. And guess what color it is? It's purple. Yep, purple. I got a purple Pinto. So Paul the Purple Beard Guy drives a purple Pinto. I bet you guys didn't know that, did you? I did, because I've never said it before. I mean, the conversations really never come up. But yeah, I got a purple Pinto. I got one of them really fancy Mako paint jobs on it. And I get a lot of compliments on it. It's got a little bit of, it's got some sparkle to it. I paid extra, put some sparkle into it. But I'm tooling down the road, just so you know. Purple Pinto. Thank you very much. Well, that sounds cool, Paul. I've seen them pull up in the Purple Pinto, and I haven't seen Tough Cookie's Rambler because they usually drive in together in the Purple Pinto. But, I'll have to check out that Rambler one of these days. Anyhow, guys, okay, that's it for those two. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing or letting everyone in your social circle know to come here and subscribe. Subscribe. We want to get the 5K Hennessy Day, right? And so let's do that. All right, so all that's really left to do is the words of wisdom. So if you want to get something to write down, because people write these down, I'm pretty sure Jolie writes these down. Okay, so for today's words of wisdom are as follows. Are you ready? Are you guys ready for the words of wisdom? You got your pen and paper ready? Okay.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes. Might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes. But if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I tried to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid. But doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kick. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, this time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. Don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Rolling down the highway in my rusty old rig. I'm a retired trucker, but my spirit's still big. Living in Vegas, where the lights never sleep. Broadcasting my thoughts for the world to keep. From politics to pop culture, I've got it all. Sharing my views, no matter how big or small. Talking about food and movies and bugs, shining a light on all. I hold the key, exploring the world through my live stream for free. In my apartment in Las Vegas, I hold the key, exploring the world through my live stream for free. So you want to take a trip down Paradise Road, but it ain't that pretty, it ain't paved with gold. Everybody's got the dirty little secrets, everybody's got some things unknown. But if you ain't real careful, baby, it'll cut you down to the bone. Under all those bright lights, you've gotta learn to ignore the glitter. It's all about fight or flight, and you don't wanna do either. So go on down to Paradise Road, it'll make you wish that you were young. But all it'll do is make you feel old and regret trading in your love for lust. It's all just a big charade, it's all just one big game, and it ain't about love, it's all about the thrills. It's about staying in the hunt, it's about going in for the kill. So head on down to Paradise Road, that's where your friends are now. They're the people that nobody knows. So go ahead and make your big show. So live it up on Paradise Road, just don't let anyone know. It'll be your dirty little secret, it'll be your guilty little pleasure. Living a secret that the whole world sees, hiding in plain sight among the scum and the thieves. So damn hard to ever be pleased. Everyone wants to live the good life, everybody wants a piece of paradise. But where would you run? Where would you hide? What would you do to buy a little more time? Grandiose dreams of happily ever after are really just another day's end. And when the sun goes down, you just lay there wondering, can you really do it all again? You're praying for one last shot, you're hoping for one last big win. Paradise Road is calling, so you better hurry along. Paradise Road is calling, so you better hurry along.
Show's over, I'm out of here, folks. Bye.